Throughout history, certain crimes have captivated the public's imagination, not just because of their brutality, but because they remain unsolved to this day. These mysteries defy explanation, challenge our understanding of justice, and leave us with more questions than answers. In this video, we're diving deep into some of the most perplexing unsolved crimes ever recorded. We'll explore these enigmas with fresh perspectives, uncovering new details, analyzing overlooked evidence, and examining their lasting impact on society. From infamous serial killers to mysterious disappearances and bizarre deaths, these cases continue to haunt us, reminding us that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Crime number 1. The case of the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is perhaps the most notorious serial killer who has never been caught. Between 1968 and 1969, the Zodiac claimed responsibility for at least 5 murders in the San Francisco Bay Area, although he suggested in his letters to the press that the real number was 37. His modus operandi was chilling. He attacked young couples in secluded areas, often at night. The killer taunted police with letters and ciphers, some of which remain unsolved to this day. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Zodiac case is the randomness of his victims. There was no apparent connection between them, and the killer's motive remains elusive. The Zodiac's ability to evade capture, despite leaving behind such a public trail, has baffled investigators for decades. Recent efforts to identify the Zodiac using DNA technology have yielded potential suspects, but none have been conclusively proven to be the killer. In 2021, a group of investigators claimed that the Zodiac was Gary Francis Post, a man who died in 2018. However, this conclusion has been met with skepticism, as the evidence is far from definitive. The Zodiac case is still open, and the mystery continues to endure. The sheer volume of information, false leads, and the possibility of copycat killers have made this case nearly impenetrable, leaving us with a chilling reminder that some crimes may never be solved. 5 confirmed murders. Zodiac's known victims include Betty Lou Jensen, David Faraday, Darlene Ferrin, Michael Mageau, and Paul Stein. 37 claimed murders. Zodiac's letters suggest a much higher body count. 4 ciphers. Only one of the ciphers, sent in 1969, has been solved, leaving 3 unsolved. 50+ years. Despite the passage of over half a century, the case remains open. Crime number 2. The mystery of the Mary Celeste. In 1872, the American merchant ship Mary Celeste was found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean. The ship was in good condition, fully stocked with provisions, and had its cargo of industrial alcohol intact. However, the crew of 10 people had vanished without a trace. Theories about what happened to the crew range from piracy to mutiny, to a possible explosion from the alcohol fumes. Yet, the ship showed no signs of violence or distress. One of the more intriguing theories involves the possibility of a phantom island sighting, where sailors believed they saw land an abandoned ship, only to be lost at sea. But this theory, like many others, lacks substantial evidence. The mystery of the Mary Celeste has puzzled historians and maritime experts for over 150 years. Despite countless investigations and theories, the fate of the crew remains one of the sea's greatest unsolved mysteries. 1,701 barrels. The ship was carrying this amount of industrial alcohol, all found undisturbed. 10 missing people, including Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, their daughter, and the crew. 6 months. The ship had only been at sea for this amount of time before being discovered. 150+ years. Despite extensive investigation, no definitive answer has been found. Crime number 3. The disappearance of D.B. Cooper. On November 24, 1971, a man who became known as D.B. Cooper hijacked a Northwest Orient Airlines flight from Portland to Seattle. He demanded $200,000 in ransom and 4 parachutes. After securing the ransom money, Cooper jumped from the plane into the night, somewhere over the rugged terrain of the Pacific Northwest. Despite one of the most extensive manhunts in U.S. history, Cooper was never found. The case of D.B. Cooper is shrouded in mystery, not just because of the audacity of the crime, but because of the near-complete lack of evidence left behind. The FBI investigated over 1,000 suspects, but none were definitively identified as Cooper. Some theorists believe Cooper died during the jump, while others think he survived and started a new life under a different identity. In 1980, a young boy found $5,800 in deteriorating bills that matched the ransom money along the banks of the Columbia River. This discovery deepened the mystery, raising questions about how the money ended up there and what it might imply about Cooper's fate. Despite being one of the most famous cases in U.S. criminal history, the mystery of D.B. Cooper remains unsolved. The FBI officially closed the case in 2016, but amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike continue to search for answers. $200,000, the ransom demanded by D.B. Cooper, equivalent to over $1.2 million today. 1,000 plus suspects, investigated by the FBI, with no definitive identification. $5,800, found on the Columbia River, part of the original ransom. 45 plus years, the case has remained unsolved since 1971. Crime number 4. The Hinterkaifeck murders. The Hinterkaifeck murders are among the most gruesome and mysterious unsolved crimes in German history. In 1922, 6 members of the Gruber family were brutally murdered on their remote farmstead in Bavaria. The killer or killers remained on the property for several days after the murders, feeding livestock and cooking meals before disappearing without a trace. What makes this case particularly eerie is the evidence suggesting that someone had been living in the Gruber's attic before the murders. Footprints in the snow led to the house but not away from it, and the family had reported hearing strange noises in the attic in the days leading up to the crime. Over the years, numerous suspects have been proposed, including disgruntled neighbors, former lovers, and even the surviving Gruber daughter's illegitimate son. However, no one has ever been charged, and the case remains unsolved. The Hinterkaifeck murders continue to captivate true crime enthusiasts, not only because of the brutality of the crime but also because of the chilling details that suggest the killer was intimately familiar with the victims and their home. 6 victims: Andreas Gruber, his wife Casilia, their daughter Victoria, her children, and a maid. 1922, the year the murders occurred, yet still unsolved over a century later. 0 arrests. Despite extensive investigations, no one has ever been charged. 100 plus years, this case has remained one of Germany's most baffling mysteries. Crime number 5, the Villisca Axe murders. On the night of June 9, 1912, 8 people, including 6 children, were bludgeoned to death with an axe in Villisca, Iowa. The victims were the Moore family and 2 young girls who were spending the night. The crime shocked the small town, and the investigation that followed was marred by mishandled evidence and a lack of leads. The Villisca Axe murders case stands out not just for its brutality but for the sheer number of suspects. Over time, more than 30 people were questioned, including a traveling preacher, a state senator, and several drifters. Yet, no one was ever convicted. One of the most intriguing aspects of this case is the possibility that it was connected to a series of similar axe murders across the Midwest. Some investigators believe the Villisca murders were part of a larger pattern, possibly committed by the same person, a theory that, if true, could mean the killer was responsible for dozens of deaths. Despite a century of investigation, the Villisca axe murders remain unsolved, leaving behind a legacy of fear and speculation that continues to haunt the town to this day. 8 victims, including the entire Moore family and 2 visiting children. 30 plus suspects, investigated over the years, with no convictions. 10 similar cases, possibly connected axe murders in the Midwest around the same time. 110 plus years, the case remains a chilling cold case in American history. Crime number 6, the Tamam Shud case, the Somerton Man. On December 1, 1948, a body was discovered on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. The man had no identification, and the labels on his clothing had been removed. The only clue was a piece of paper in his pocket with the words, Tamam Shud, meaning, ended, or, finished, in Persian, torn from a rare book of poetry, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The case became even more mysterious when the book from which the paper was torn was found in a nearby car, containing a mysterious code scribbled in the margins. Despite extensive efforts, the code has never been deciphered, and the man's identity remains unknown. The Somerton Man's death has led to numerous theories, ranging from espionage, given the Cold War context, to a tragic love affair gone wrong. In 2021, forensic scientists exhumed the Somerton Man's body in hopes of identifying him through DNA analysis. However, the results have yet to provide a conclusive answer, keeping the mystery alive. One unidentified man, found dead on Somerton Beach in 1948. One book, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, from which the phrase, Tamam Shud, was torn. 70+ years, despite ongoing investigation, the case remains unsolved. One mysterious code, found in the book, still undeciphered. Crime number 7, the Black Dahlia murder. Hollywood's darkest mystery. The Black Dahlia murder in 1947 is one of Hollywood's most infamous unsolved crimes. Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress, was found brutally murdered in Los Angeles, her body severed in two and grotesquely posed. The media frenzy surrounding the case, combined with the brutality of the crime, made it an enduring mystery that continues to fascinate the public. Numerous suspects have been investigated over the years, including doctors, mobsters, and even police officers, but no one has ever been charged. The case file includes thousands of pages of evidence, but none of it has led to the identification of the killer. The Black Dahlia's murder has inspired countless books, movies, and theories, but the true identity of her killer remains a mystery, making it one of the darkest chapters in Hollywood's history. 22-year-old victim, Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia. 1947, the year the murder occurred, shocking Los Angeles and the world. 0 convictions, despite numerous suspects and extensive investigations. 1,000+ pages, the case file remains extensive, yet the mystery endures. Crime number 8. The Sodder children disappearance. On Christmas Eve 1945, a fire broke out in the Sodder family home in West Virginia. 5 of the 9 children inside the house went missing and were never found. Despite the house being reduced to ashes, no remains of the missing children were discovered, leading to widespread speculation that they were abducted before the fire. Theories surrounding the case include a possible mafia connection, as George Sodder, the family patriarch, had been outspoken against Mussolini, leading to threats from the local Italian community. Strange details, such as a mysterious phone call before the fire and a missing ladder, further deepened the mystery. The Sodder family spent the rest of their lives searching for their children, but the case remains unsolved, leaving behind one of America's most heartbreaking mysteries. 5 missing children, no remains were found after the fire. 1945, the year of the fire, on Christmas Eve. One mysterious phone call, received by the family on the night of the fire. 0 remains, no trace of the children was ever found. Crime number 9, the Flannan Isles lighthouse mystery. In December 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers on the remote Flannan Isles off the coast of Scotland vanished without a trace. When a relief ship arrived, they found the lighthouse in working order, but the men were gone. The last log entry mentioned severe storms, but there was no evidence of such weather in the area. Theories about what happened to the men include being swept away by a rogue wave, abduction by foreign spies, or even something supernatural. Despite an official investigation, the mystery remains unsolved, and the Flannan Isles lighthouse story has become a part of Scottish folklore. 3 missing keepers, Donald MacArthur, Thomas Marshall, and James Duckett. 1900, the year they disappeared, leaving the lighthouse abandoned. 1 log entry, mentioning a storm that wasn't recorded by other sources. 124+ years, despite investigations, the mystery persists. Crime number 10. The enigma of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 disappeared while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing with 239 people on board. Despite an extensive search covering vast areas of the Indian Ocean, only a few pieces of debris have been found. The mystery of what happened to the plane has led to numerous theories, ranging from mechanical failure and pilot error to more sinister possibilities like hijacking or deliberate downing. The lack of concrete evidence has left families and investigators frustrated, and the case remains one of the greatest aviation mysteries in modern history. 239 people on board the flight, all presumed dead. 2014, the year the plane disappeared, sparking an international search. $160 million, the estimated cost of the search operation. 4+ years. The official search was called off in 2018, but the mystery endures. Crime number 11. The mystery of Room 1046. In 1935, a man using the alias Roland T. Owen checked into Room 1046 of the Hotel President in Kansas City. A few days later, he was found brutally beaten, and despite briefly regaining consciousness, he gave no clear explanation of what happened before dying. The room was found with strange clues, disconnected phone lines, a note reading, "Don't be so nosy," and blood everywhere. Owen's true identity was never discovered, and the circumstances of his death remain a mystery. Some believe it was a mob hit, while others think it was a crime of passion. One unidentified man, Roland T. Owen, an alias with no clear identity. 1935, the year of the mysterious death, adding to the hotel's eerie reputation. One mysterious note, found in the room, adding to the enigma. Zero clear answers. Despite the strange evidence, the case remains unsolved. Crime number 12, the murder of JonBenet Ramsey on December 26, 1996. 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey was found murdered in the basement of her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. The case attracted massive media attention, with suspicion falling on her parents and brother. However, the evidence has never conclusively pointed to any suspect. The bizarre ransom note, the condition of the crime scene, and the police investigation's missteps have made this case one of the most enduring and controversial unsolved murders in American history. Despite multiple theories and extensive media coverage, the identity of JonBenet's killer remains unknown. 6-year-old victim, JonBenet Ramsey, whose death shocked the nation. 1996, the year of the murder, sparking intense media scrutiny. One ransom note, bizarre and suspicious, found at the scene. Zero convictions. Despite numerous theories and suspects, the case remains open. Crime number 13, the YOGTZE case, Germany's strangest unsolved mystery. In 1984, Günther Stoll, a German food engineer, wrote the cryptic letters YOGTZE before leaving his home in a panic. Hours later, he was found dead in his car, naked and badly injured, in what appeared to be a hit and run. However, the circumstances surrounding his death have led to numerous theories, including espionage, psychosis, and a targeted attack. The meaning of YOGTZE has never been deciphered, and the true nature of Stoll's death remains one of Germany's most perplexing unsolved mysteries. The strange events leading up to his death and the lack of clear evidence have turned this case into a true enigma. One cryptic note, YOGTZE, found before his death. 1984, the year Günther Stoll died under mysterious circumstances. One unexplained accident. His death was officially ruled an accident, but doubts remain. 40+ years, the case remains unsolved, with no clear answers. Crime number 14, the Setagaya family murders, Japan's unsolved massacre. In 2000, a family of 4 was brutally murdered in their home in Setagaya, Tokyo. The killer stayed in the house for hours after the crime, eating ice cream, using the family's computer, and leaving behind numerous personal items, including DNA. Despite the abundance of evidence, including the killer's blood, the perpetrator has never been identified. The Setagaya family murders remain one of Japan's most chilling unsolved cases, raising questions about the effectiveness of the investigation and the possibility of a cold-blooded killer still at large. 4 victims, the entire Miyazawa family, killed in their home. 2000, the year the murders occurred, shocking Japan. One suspect's DNA, found at the scene, but still unidentified. 20+ years, the case remains unsolved, despite extensive evidence. Crime number 15, the strange death of Eliza Lamb. In 2013, Eliza Lamb, a Canadian student, was found dead in a water tank on the roof of the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. Her death was ruled accidental, but the bizarre circumstances, including unsettling elevator footage showing her behaving erratically before her disappearance, have led to widespread speculation. The Cecil Hotel has a notorious reputation, with connections to other murders and suicides, adding to the mystery. The details of Eliza Lamb's case, combined with the eerie history of the hotel, have made this one of the most discussed unsolved mysteries in recent years. One victim, Eliza Lamb, a 21-year-old student. 2013, the year of her death, adding to the hotel's dark history. One disturbing video, showing her strange behavior in an elevator before her death. Zero clear explanations. Despite the ruling of accidental death, many questions remain. Crime number 16, the boy in the box, America's unknown child. In 1957, the body of a young boy was found in a cardboard box in Philadelphia, earning him the name, the boy in the box. Despite a massive investigation, his identity and the circumstances of his death have never been determined. The case has haunted investigators for decades, with theories ranging from accidental death to abuse and murder. Despite numerous leads and ongoing efforts to identify him through modern technology, the boy in the box remains one of America's most heartbreaking unsolved mysteries. One unidentified boy, found in a box, with no known identity. 1957, the year the body was discovered, shocking Philadelphia. $1,000 plus reward, offered at the time for information, but no answers were found. 60 plus years, the case remains unsolved, despite modern efforts to identify the boy. Crime number 17, the Dyatlov Pass incident. What happened in Siberia? In 1959, 9 experienced hikers died under mysterious circumstances in the Ural Mountains of Russia. Their tent was found torn open from the inside, and their bodies were scattered, some with severe injuries that could not be explained by natural forces. Theories about what happened range from avalanches to military tests, yet no definitive answer has been found. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of Russia's most perplexing unsolved mysteries, with new theories emerging even today. 9 victims, all experienced hikers, found dead under mysterious circumstances. 1959, the year the incident occurred, raising questions worldwide. 1 torn tent, found with strange clues, leading to numerous theories. 60 plus years, the case remains unsolved, despite ongoing investigations. Crime number 18, Jack the Ripper. The killer who vanished. Jack the Ripper terrorized London in 1888, brutally murdering at least 5 women in the Whitechapel district. Despite numerous suspects and an ongoing fascination with the case, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains unknown. Theories range from members of the royal family to foreign immigrants, but none have been conclusively proven. Over 130 years later, Jack the Ripper remains one of history's most infamous and elusive criminals, with the mystery still capturing the public's imagination. 5 confirmed victims, all women, killed in Whitechapel, London. 1888, the year the murders took place, terrifying the city. 100 plus suspects, investigated over the years, with no definitive identification. 130 plus years, the case remains unsolved, with countless theories and no answers. Crime number 19, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony in 1590. The Roanoke colony in present-day North Carolina was found abandoned, with no trace of the 115 settlers. The only clue left behind was the word Croatoan, carved into a post. The fate of the colonists remains one of the oldest and most enduring mysteries in American history. Theories range from assimilation with local tribes to death by disease or starvation, but no definitive evidence has ever been found. 115 settlers disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only one clue. 1590, the year the colony was discovered abandoned. One word, Croatoan, the only clue to their fate. 430 plus years, the mystery remains unsolved, with no clear answers. Crime number 20, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist. On March 18, 1990, 2 men dressed as police officers walked into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston and walked out with 13 pieces of art, valued at over $500 million. The heist, one of the largest art thefts in history, remains unsolved to this day. The stolen artworks included masterpieces by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Degas, among others. Despite numerous tips and leads over the years, none of the stolen pieces have been recovered, and no arrests have been made. What makes this case particularly intriguing is the level of planning and execution involved. The thieves seemed to know exactly what they were looking for, spending 81 minutes inside the museum, bypassing several more valuable pieces to target specific works. Some theories suggest that the art was stolen to order for a private collector, while others believe the works were hidden or destroyed to prevent their identification. The museum continues to offer a $10 million reward for information leading to the recovery of the stolen art, but the case remains as mysterious as ever. 13 pieces of art, stolen, including works by Vermeer and Rembrandt. $500 million plus, estimated value of the stolen artworks. 81 minutes, the duration the thieves spent inside the museum. 34 plus years, since the heist, with no recovery or arrests. The unsolved crimes we've explored today are more than just cold cases. They are enigmas that challenge our understanding of justice, human behavior, and the complexities of investigation. These mysteries have persisted through the years, defying resolution and captivating the imagination of millions. They remind us that despite advances in technology and forensics, some answers remain elusive, locked away in the past. As we continue to search for the truth, these unsolved crimes serve as a testament to the enduring power of mystery in our world. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating mysteries. Who knows? Maybe one day, with enough collective curiosity and determination, some of these cases will finally be solved. Thank you for watching, and remember, the truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.